These calculations are proving particularly interesting, so let me give you some more. Let's say you're 35. Now, between the age of 35 to 44, and I'll do the other ages in a moment, the median, I've got the numbers in front of me, the median amount that somebody has in their pension is about 30,600. Now, median means some with nothing, and I know that's some of you. Because it's from 35 to 44, that means those who are 35, the start of that age range, will probably have less than 30,600. So let's say you're somewhere between 35 to 44, and I'm going to assume you're at the bottom end of that. But so I'm going to put it into the pension calculator, which I've created, which is completely free, and your current savings are 30,600. So I'm going to put that in as well. Now, let's say you're planning to retire by 67. Some of you might want to retire earlier, some of you later, and your monthly contributions, I'm going to suggest they're going to increase later in life. Early on, they're going to be less. I'm going to say 500, okay? And your annual return rate, I'm going to keep at the lower end, calling it just 7% with inflation at 3%. That would mean that your total savings at retirement would be $1 million. Your total contributions will have been 222,000. So 222,000 is what you would have contributed, but 750,000 is what the growth will be between the age of 35 and 67. After inflation, however, the real value will be 380,000. Now, there's a separate calculator I've got to work out what does that mean in terms of what you can withdraw each month, but roughly you could, under the safe 4% withdrawal rule, withdraw about 3,200 a month. I'm not going to run those numbers again. What I'll say is the calculator is available for free at campaignforamillion.com. So, let me run it again. 35, retiring at 67, 30,000 in savings, 500 a month contributions, 7% annual growth rate, 3% inflation. So you've got 32 years to retirement. You should have roughly 3,200 a month in income. Now, if the annual growth rate went up from 7%, let's say you invested well because you got yourself educated about pensions and investments and so on, and the annual growth rate went up to 10%, then you are pretty much doubling, actually more than doubling, your monthly income. So let me make that clear. Growth goes from 7% per annum to 10% per annum. 7 to 10, you're doubling your monthly income at 67 retirement age. As I say, the calculator you can play around with. It's an